Begin where you are. You can't begin anywhere else. That's what I want to talk about today. If you have some feedback for the podcast, some positive praise, constructive criticism, or other little notes, things that you think would be interesting, perhaps some stories of your own, you can send me an email, kurt@beautifulpodcast.com. Let's begin.
This is a beautiful thought.
Welcome to the restless, the impatient, the wanderers, the lost. Welcome to those who still haven't found themselves. Today I'd like to talk to you about beginning where you are. So, as a great man once said, there's no greater mistake than to do nothing, because you could believe you can only do a little. As the songwriter Paul Kelly said, from little things, big things grow. As a writer, often I find that it's hard to sit down. Well, I lie a little, I'm exaggerating. I don't have this problem so much anymore, but a lot of writers have this problem. They don't necessarily have a problem writing, they have a problem starting. So a lot of people even identify as writers, but so rarely they'll actually sit down and stare that beautiful blank page in the face and put the pen to the paper. And a lot of the time, when a writer begins with the habit of saying, okay, I'm going to write one paragraph a day, or say even 10 lines a day, something like that. A lot of the time, if they have the habit of writing 10 lines a day, they will write a lot more. Because once you start going and you don't judge yourself so much, then stuff starts to come out. Stuff starts to happen. And this is part of the creative process, but I think it goes deeper. It's also a kind of principle of life. So this is the thing about being a writer. If you're too critical of what you're writing, you're probably going to stifle the creative process. And there's a great book on this subject. It's called Impro by Keith Johnson. Highly recommend it if you're interested in the arts or drama or any kind of art, writing or songwriting, basically anything. This applies. Because if you're being too critical, it's like you're using a different part of your brain. There's like the editor of your brain. But the writer, the real writer, just wants to get something down. And it doesn't really matter if it's good or bad. Doesn't really matter if it's perfect. Because in this world, nothing is ever perfect and nothing is ever complete. So it's good to embrace that fact and move with it. Likewise, when it comes to meditation, a lot of people will say, I try to sit down to meditate, and after 30 seconds, they say, no, I can't do this. It's too much. My mind is going in overdrive. I've so rarely begun the process of confronting my own thoughts. And when I look at them more directly, when I'm alone with my thoughts so intimately as to close my eyes and just listen to them, I find it unbearable. That is a part of the process. That's completely normal. Completely normal. But that's why I say to people, if you're going to start meditation, and you haven't done any before, and you have that experience of sitting down for 30 seconds and finding it intolerable, Begin where you are. So you might set a timer for 30 seconds or for 1 minute. Or my friend Link used to say when he began meditation, he would just sit down and say, I'm not going to move for 5 minutes. And it didn't really matter too much what happened after that. There's very low bar of success here. Setting a low bar for success is something that winners do sometimes. Depends on the context. But setting a low bar for success means that you can feel a little sense of accomplishment when you do it. And then, little by little, propel yourself to further depths. Begin where you are. You can't begin anywhere else. Begin with the small thing. Begin with what you can do. Maybe you can't change the world today, but maybe you could be a little bit nicer. I don't know exactly how this refrain there's a refrain, I think it was written by the founder of Reiki. And he says, just for today, I will be kind. Just for today, I won't be angry. Just for today, I will be patient. Can't guarantee you always what's going to happen in the future, 10 years down the track, but you can try to do something just for today, or just for an hour, just for a few minutes. In the temple Tam Krobok in Thailand, they like to take oaths, and when they take them, saying you take an oath, you might say, I want to stop smoking, but you don't have to do everything all at once. You might say, I'm going to go for 1 day without smoking, or I'm going to go for 2 hours, 2 specific hours of the day without smoking, or without getting angry, or whatever it is. And of course, when you gain that little bit of self-control, you practice in that little arena, in that toy game that you've created for yourself, you can get better at the bigger game, piece by piece. Some people also said that nobody stumbles on a mountain. They only stumble on small pebbles. And once you cross all of the small pebbles, you'll find that you've easily crossed the mountain. Just takes small things, small steps. Begin where you are. Thank you for listening. Thank you for taking a small step today or tomorrow to improve your life and to make your life better so it rubs off on other people and they're more happy too because they can see your example and take their life to the next level. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.
A beautiful thought.
Thank you for coming along for the ride. So I mentioned at the top, you can send me an email, kurt@beautifulpodcast.com. Check out the website, beautifulpodcast.com. And if you go on there, you'll notice as well, if you're on Telegram, you can join the Telegram group so you can talk with us, talk with like-minded individuals about positive things and philosophical exploration, contentment, and other fun stuff. All right, thanks for coming along, and I'll talk to you next time.